So the whole thing is warped. I just did a 13-week series on the abuse of the Holy Spirit. The premise of that series is that in Matthew 12, Jesus accused the Pharisees of attributing the works of the Holy Spirit to Satan. And in this series, I said, reluctantly, but I said it, that today the charismatics are attributing the works of Satan to the Holy Spirit. They've flipped that. These supposed revelations and spiritual insights and these religious experience and so-called miraculous events and along with the prosperity gospel and all the rest of it that is attributed to the Holy Spirit is really the work of Satan. It's a corruption of Christianity. It's an addition to the Bible. It's all that's bad. And I say this and I think you'll see the reality of it. The evangelical church, when God the Father, when our God is under assault, we rise to that occasion. I flipped through your book this morning on Romans, and I noticed that you were speaking there in chapter 11 about the openness of God and what that is, what threat that is to the church. And when God is dishonored, we all feel the pain, don't we, as the psalmist said. Zeal for your house has eaten me up. Reproaches that fall on you are fallen on me. And we rise to defend our God, and we rise to argue, and books come out, and articles are written, and sermons are preached. And when there's any assault on Christ, on his deity, we rise to that battle, and we go after the clarity of the gospel, and we create organizations, the Gospel Coalition, the Together for the Gospel. R.C. and I were in a 7-hour meeting down in Florida with the ECT document defending the gospel, and all the guns come out blazing to defend Christ and his death and the gospel. But the Holy Spirit has been massively blasphemed and abused for decades. And where is the outrage? Where is the outrage for that equal member in every sense to the Trinity to be so abused, so misrepresented, so blasphemed for so long, and in the name of tolerance and in the name of unity, nobody will say. This is of grave concern to me. This is not a small thing. People running around saying they're getting revelation from God. I dealt with that years ago in a book, Charismatics, dealt with it again in a book, Charismatic Chaos, and it never seems to go away. It's just escalated and escalated because there's so much money to be made. There's so much power and so much influence and so much cash that can be garnered from that kind of thing. At all the levels, it is a tragic thing, and it's a blight on the church.